I'm Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know all the things to do. Today is PlayStation Vita Day. Legions of mercenaries assemble for Grand Kingdom, the first Vita game in the pile and sealed in its original shrink wrap. This one, however, is not. Need for Speed, Most Wanted, and it is only a cartridge inside. No manual or any extras of any kind, but if you're looking for extras, let's start with Proteus. This one still has the limited run games trading cards, and I thought that made it a bargain for $40, so I was happy to pick up that full set. Then we've got Ragnarok Odyssey, also sealed, and it won't stay that way for long. I will get around to playing this in due course. Same goes with Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, and to my surprise, when I looked at the back, Danica Patrick is a playable character as well as Wreck-It Ralph. Did not see that coming. Unit 13 is a opened game, and it looks like it's a typical SOCOM Call of Duty type of military action game, but the main event is right here. A complete inbox copy of 2064 read-only memories for PlayStation Vita, the collector's edition. Now, some might say I'm crazy for breaking the seal on this one, and if you were treating this like an investment and leaving it sealed hoping the price would go up, then you'd be absolutely right. It would be crazy to open this. But I'm not looking at it as an investment. I'm looking at it as a game I want to play. I've experienced it on PS4 and on Steam, but I really want to play this on Vita. Plus, if you don't break the seal, how do you get to see all the cool swag that's inside? It's going to stay in that shrink wrap forever. With a collector's edition, that's even more pertinent. I mean, with a regular game, maybe if there's nothing extra inside, I can sort of see where you're coming from, although I'd still rather open them. But for a collector's edition, to leave it sealed, leave the soundtrack, leave the poster, leave the swag inside. I don't know. I had this discussion at Ben's with somebody, and I said, if it's something like Aero Fighter, where an opened copy is $2,000, but a sealed copy is $4,000, then I can understand not wanting to take a $2,000 hit. That's a significant amount. I don't feel badly about taking that hit on 2064 read-only memories. And if you're wondering why, I'll give you a very brief history and synopsis of the game without any spoilers. So here we go. The game was directed by J.J. Signal, written by Valerie Thompson and Philip Jones, and features a soundtrack by Too Mellow. It started out as a Kickstarter campaign and was successfully funded on December 12, 2013, coming out 2 years later for Linux, macOS, PC, and even Ouya, and then later the ports started coming to non-PC platforms such as PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, etc., so on and so forth. The original title was simply Read-Only Memories, but once they got to the PlayStation 4 version, it changed to 2064 Read-Only Memories, and all other versions retroactively reflect this change. This game has been so successful that there's even a sequel coming out this year called Read-Only Memories NeuroDriver. Why is it so successful? Why does it resonate with people? Well, because it's a cyberpunk detective dystopian game that takes elements of Blade Runner and combines them with elements of Snatcher and creates something entirely new and interesting all on its own. You're a struggling journalist who is, by your own admission, living in a rather crappy apartment and struggling to make ends meet when a robot named Turing breaks in without warning and without apology and begs you for help. Turing needs you to find his creator Hayden, who has been kidnapped, and you have no idea why you've been chosen or what makes you the most likely person to solve this case, but nevertheless, your journalistic instincts kick in and you've got to find out what's going on and see where the story goes. So you take up Turing's request and start to explore the world that you inhabit, trying to figure out the mystery of what happened to Hayden and why it's so important that Turing finds him, and In the process, what's so special about Turing? Because he's a ROM who has the ability to learn, grow, and adapt, which is unusual for personal assistants, which are called ROMs in this game. He's completely self-aware and intelligent and emotional and intuitive, and most ROMs are not supposed to be that way. So he is unique in the world, and that has lots of consequences for the world of the future that you're living in. So without further ado, let's put this game into the PlayStation Vita and make sure that my copy of it works. Not that I think it won't, because it was in the shrink wrap, but this will give you a little chance to see the intro of the game and hear some of the beautiful music and see some of the beautiful pixel art of the game. I am not going to show anything beyond the first few seconds of the introduction because I don't want spoilers in this video. I've said that once and I'll say it again. I really think you should play this game by any means possible. You don't need the collector's edition. You don't even need this PlayStation Vita edition. You can get it in the Steam digital store. You can get it from Nintendo Switch's online shop. You can get any kind of version of it you want. And I guarantee that whatever you spend on it will be less than a copy of Snatcher would go for on Sega CD. So if you're into the Snatcher type of games, then you're going to love 2064. There is a charm and a style and a flair. The graphics, the music, the sound, everything combines together in a very immersive whole. This is the kind of game that after you play it, you will be having dreams about it whether you want to or not, because it will infect your subconscious and you will be thinking about this world and the characters in it. So if you don't want to be fully immersed, if you want something that you can just pick up and play and put away and not think about, get an arcade game or a platformer. Don't get 2064, because this one will stick with you for a while. And that's why I'm recommending it here. And that's why I wanted to open the shrink wrap on this collector's edition and get all the fun stuff that was inside. I know I'm going to wind up ripping the soundtrack and putting it on my iPhone and all sorts of other devices so that I can even just enjoy the music when I'm not playing the game. There aren't many games where I would just go out of my way to do that. Games like Shovel Knight that have such a great 8-bit chiptune set. Games like The End Is Nigh that have such an awesome classical revision style thanks to Jake Kaufman taking those old classical songs and making digital versions of them. Those soundtracks are awesome. And 2064 is no exception. I'm Mr. MegaManFan. Thanks for watching.